Yo, what's good, everybody? Good morning. Welcome to another episode of Morning Momentum. It's your first time tuning in. My name is Matt Beard. Guys, this is the day number 10 of the VA action plan. So if you guys have missed any videos up to this point, any of these lives up to this point, please refer back to day 1 through 10, day 1 through 9 up to this point. The first 7 days was all about like pre-launch. It was all about getting yourself started, make sure you're starting on the right foot. A lot of folks feel like, well, when is the right time to hire a VA? What do I need to have in place? Data, tools, like how much is that going to cost? Like all those things we covered over the first 9 days. So please be sure to refer back to those. Today is day number 10. I'm going to give you guys another action item to start implementing with your VAs today. But going back, guys, if you don't know who I am, I'm a real estate investor here in Phoenix, Arizona with my two partners, Cody Barton and Pace Morby. We buy properties nationwide. Pace is known for Subject to creative finance. And we do a lot of cool things when it comes to real estate. But the only way we're able to do those cool things is because we found leverage in our business, and we find leverage every single day by implementing virtual assistants that will allow us to focus on the most important activities in this business so we can work on other verticals too. So we want you guys to get to that point as well. Obviously, I'm a little biased. I got VAs starting last year with COVID and implemented, systems and processes so they could really take over the entire real estate business. And they have. Like, we just got a contract last night from a property in Florida. Never talked to the seller one time myself. Never had to cold call, never had to negotiate. All I saw was a contract come in with signatures, and that was amazing. But I want you guys to understand there are things you have to do to get to that point. I do apologize. If I look a little weird, if I had to take a second here, I had food poisoning last night and it was a really long night. So me, my wife, our baby, we have food poisoning, and this is his birthday today. So it's crazy, but I didn't want to miss this opportunity to come live and talk to you guys. We got to stay consistent, man. I think this is day number 58 or something for morning momentum. So yeah, can't break the streak. So I'm excited to be here with you guys this morning, regardless of what's going on. So hopefully you guys can take that and you can start taking action on these things too, regardless of. I think we got to ask ourselves sometimes, are we willing to do whatever it takes? Are we willing to do whatever it takes, right? Not just in one area of our life, not just in real estate. One big thing that I made a mistake with, over like a year and a half when I got started into wholesaling, was I let my health slide, man. I was just focusing on building this business. And this is my whole energy, my whole effort was building this business. And my health, dude, I gained like 80 pounds or something ridiculous. Before I got into real estate, like I was a personal trainer. And then like it made me realize there's a book called Outwitting the Devil. It made me realize that, dude, you can be really successful in one area, but if you don't have balance, you're not successful in all areas of your life. Then what's the point, right? Make money, do well in this business, but next thing you know, I have all these health issues. Like I do not want to be there. So over this last year, January, I started working out every single day and trying to get that back on track. And I just look at that. It's like, I got to be willing to do whatever it takes in all areas, not just one area. How can I be a better husband? How can I be a better dad? How can I be a better business partner in all the businesses? How can I better myself? Right. So hopefully, I want you guys to take away, like, as you build these, businesses and you find leverage, the purpose of finding leverage in your business is not so you can just get rid of the tasks you don't want to do, the stuff you hate doing. That is not the purpose. The purpose of finding leverage is so you can free up time to do the other things that are super important for your businesses and for your health and all the other areas, right? If you're just trying to find time so then you can go sit on the beach somewhere and do nothing, then, that is not the way to go, because it'll probably never work for you. But instead, your purpose of freeing up time so you can work on bigger verticals, so rising tide lifts everything up with it, okay? So I want you guys to find that leverage in your business, and that's what we're talking about with this VA action plan. Day number 10. Up to this point this week, we've been talking all about cold calling. So, getting your VA ready to cold call. We went over the 4 pillars of a good lead, giving them context over content so they understand how this business works, right? So they understand, like, is this something we can even make money on when they talk to a homeowner? Okay. So I think that was day number 8. Okay. Day number 9, yesterday, we went over the cold calling script. All right. And day number 10, today, we're going to talk about reinforcing these things. Like, how can you reinforce, how are they doing on the calls? How can you reinforce that they're finding the right leads and they're doing the best they can and they're going off the 4 pillars? And you do that by something that we call a call calibration. Okay. Day number 10, I want you guys to start implementing what's called a call calibration in your business. If you're a VA Hub client, your CSM can help you put this together, right? Your goal in the call calibration is like, what's one of the best ways that we can develop ourselves? We listen to ourselves. Like one of the ways that I developed, in early on as I was knocking on doors and I was talking to homeowners and I was making a bunch of mistakes. One of the best ways that I started developing myself was not just making the mistakes, but I would record myself when I was going up and talking to homeowners. And then I was like, what I thought was, dude, I did that really good. I don't know why they said they're not interested. I think I pitched that really well. Like, I don't know what's going on. Why did they say they weren't interested? Right. And I go back and listen to the call recording and it was like so freaking embarrassing. So embarrassing. But that's how you get better. And that's the thought process behind doing the call calibration. Okay. Call calibration is you take your VAs, however many you got. If you got one, you do one. If you got 5, you do 5. We pull good calls and we pull bad calls, right? How do we know? Within the dialer, if I see like a long conversation or a lead that came through that's really good, I want to go pull the call recording on that lead so I can use that for training purposes, right? And then I'll go look at the calls that are maybe like a minute and a half, right? Where they had somewhat of a conversation, but they didn't convert. So how did that conversation go? Let me pull that call recording. And then that's what we do on our call calibration. We do what we normally do in our huddles. We talk about culture. We get everybody jazzed up. We, hey, we're doing the best we can. The purpose of doing these call calibrations is 2 things. Number 1, we got to participate. I want you guys to ask questions. I want you to be here. I want you to be present. Number 2, I want you to play full out. So when we're in these meetings, when you have like a fellow team member, so if you guys have multiple VAs, this is great because you want that collaboration. You say, if you have fellow team members, you have feedback, we're going to, you'll have a chance to share what your feedback is during the call calibration. Okay. So we'll pull that good call and we'll pull that bad call and then we'll play it for everyone to hear. Right. Typically with a bigger team now, we just have like maybe 2 or 3 good calls team wide and then 2 or 3 calls that we like maybe miss some opportunities. And what eventually happens is your people get so dang good, it's hard to find those bad calls. Instead, you look for like little tweaks and stuff like that. But it's base level, right? This goes beyond the data. This goes beyond the dialer. It goes into people development. And one of the best ways to develop your VAs to be awesome cold callers is to pull their recordings and let them listen to themselves and then let their other team members give their feedback. Or the CSM, if you're there, obviously, if you guys are a VA hub, you have your CSM. If your CSM's there, they can help with coaching and feedback, right? You're there to listen to the calls. So you're doing your own quality assurance, right? Now, at this point, within our team, we have 3 or 4 VAs that just do the call calibration themselves. I'm not even a part of it. But early on, yes, not even early on, like as of a month and a half ago, I was still in those call calibrations every single time, listening to the calls, providing my own feedback, right? And doing these things. So guys, if you want your VAs to get better, you want them to develop, have those call recordings, right? You can ask your CSM to pull them, or you can do it yourself by logging into the dialer and pull those calls. Okay. But again, what I like to do is I like to pick the one that was a hot lead or like one that was really good, a good opportunity. I'm gonna go find that call recording so I can pull it to listen to during the call calibration. And then I'll look for that 1.5, 2-minute call that didn't convert. And that'll be one that we use for coaching too. And the thing about that is there's no magic in just doing this one time. You do this every single week, once a week. Our day is Tuesday. So every single Tuesday, the team knows we're going to do our huddle. And then right when we're done sharing our attitude of gratitude and things we love about our life, we hop right into the call calibration, right? We start playing call recordings. We take a second. And then the structure is like this. Once we play that call recording, the first person to share their thoughts is the CSM, right? They're the team mom. They're the one that you have within your organization that is there to coach and train your VAs constantly. So I'll get their feedback first, then I'll give mine, and then I'll ask the other leadership team. So I have, we have lead managers, we have acquisition reps that are VAs, we have, obviously systems managing all these stuff, but I love getting the lead managers and the acquisition reps. I love getting their perspective on these calls because the reason why they're in that role is because they were really good at cold calling. So it goes like CSM, then me, then the leadership team, like LMs and acquisition, which are VAs. Again, guys, if you're just getting started, you don't have these positions quite yet. That's okay. You're promoting from within. And the only way your VAs that are cold calling to get to that lead manager role is by doing these call calibrations. Okay. So day number 10, you're going to do these calls. You're going to start pulling your call recordings, and once a week, you're going to schedule time with your VA. It's going to take about 30 to 45 minutes of your time, and you're going to go over a good call and a bad call. That's it. Very simple. Provide coaching feedback. It helps them give clarity, and then also gives them more tools in their tool belt when you start giving feedback. It's like, oh, well, when they said this, I think it was a good opportunity to say that, right? Or, I really want you to write this down because when you said this, I think the prospect kind of pulled away a little bit. So it gives them more tools, and over time, they get so freaking good. Look, I'm a testament to this. I think the call calibration, like, almost single-handedly changed everything for our cold calls. A lot of folks are really relying on text messaging right now, and they're wondering why their cold calling isn't working, is because their VAs aren't getting developed, right? Your people who are making those calls aren't getting better. And one of the best ways to make them better is doing these call calibrations. So pull that good call, pull that bad call, schedule it one time a week for you to meet with your VA. And if you're a VA hub, you'll have your CSM there too if you'd like. You don't have to have them there. And just very simple, straightforward. Provide your coaching and feedback, give them something to work on. And then the goal is for next week, when you do that call calibration, hopefully they're not making the same mistakes. If they're still making the same mistakes, then maybe they're not the right fit. Okay. But our goal is to correct the issues early on and then continue. So guys, this is Morning Momentum, day number 58, I think, but it's definitely day number 10 of your VA action plan. You have the script, you have the 4 pillars. Do start scheduling your call calibration so you can make your people better. That's all I got this morning, guys. If you got some value from today, please like this video. Please share it. If you haven't already, head over to my YouTube channel. It's just Matthew Beard. You see this little cartoon guy in the corner. And obviously, I'd be honored if you just click the subscribe button. I go live there every single morning, and all 30 days of the VA action plan will be there. So guys, again, if you have any questions or concerns, please comment on this video too. I promise you I will get back to you. And yeah, thanks for coming and hanging out with me this morning. Let's go get to work. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.